I need to tell you something that nobody else will say to your face. Your life will never be the same after you have a baby. Not in the Instagram perfect way everyone pretends it is. I'm talking about the real, raw, unfiltered truth that will shake you to your core. I'm not here to sugarcoat this or give you some fairy tale version. I'm here because I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and told me exactly what I'm about to tell you, because what I discovered about motherhood changed everything I thought I knew about myself, about strength, and about what it means to be alive. 3 months ago, I thought I was prepared. I had read every book, bought every gadget, planned every detail. I thought motherhood would be this beautiful addition to my existing life. I was so wrong. It's almost laughable now. Here's what actually happens when you become a mother, and I'm going to walk you through the 5 stages of transformation that nobody talks about, but every mother experiences. Pay attention because this isn't theory, this is survival. Let me start with the hardest truth. The person you were before your baby, she's gone. Not temporarily absent, not taking a break, gone. And everybody's going to tell you that's dramatic, but I'm telling you, it's the most real thing you'll ever experience. I remember looking in the mirror 2 weeks postpartum, holding my baby and thinking, who is this woman? Nothing about me was the same. My body, obviously, but that's just the surface. My priorities had shifted so dramatically that things I used to care about felt like they belonged to someone else's life. Your friends without kids will start feeling like strangers speaking a foreign language. They'll complain about being tired because they stayed up until midnight, and you'll want to laugh because you haven't slept more than 2 hours straight in weeks. But here's what nobody tells you. This isn't just an adjustment period. This is a complete identity reconstruction. The sooner you accept that your old self is gone, the sooner you can start building the stronger version that's coming. Because what replaces her is going to blow your mind. I used to think I was strong because I could handle a demanding career, difficult people, stressful situations. That wasn't strength, that was just dealing with inconveniences. Real strength is functioning on 2 hours of sleep for months and still keeping another human being alive. Real strength is making life or death decisions when your brain is running on fumes. Real strength is loving someone so fiercely that you would literally die for them without a second thought. Here's something that will shock you. You're about to discover you're capable of things you never imagined. I'm talking about superhuman levels of multitasking, intuition that borders on psychic, and physical endurance that would make athletes jealous. But this strength doesn't come from motivation videos or morning affirmations. It comes from necessity. When your baby needs you, your body and mind will find reserves you didn't know existed. You'll operate in survival mode, so naturally that it becomes your new normal. Nobody prepared me for how lonely motherhood would be. And I'm not talking about being alone. I'm talking about feeling completely isolated even when you're surrounded by people. Your partner, no matter how supportive, can't understand what it feels like to have your body not belong to you anymore. Your friends without kids can't relate to having every decision revolve around someone else's needs. Your family means well, but their advice feels outdated and irrelevant. You'll find yourself awake at 3 a.m. feeding your baby, scrolling through your phone, desperately trying to feel connected to the outside world. You'll realize that most of your friendships were built around shared experiences that no longer exist in your life. But here's what this loneliness teaches you. You become your own best friend. You learn to trust your instincts completely because you have to. You discover that you don't need external validation to know you're doing a good job. The loneliness strips away everything superficial and shows you who you really are. The guilt starts immediately and it's relentless. You'll feel guilty for not enjoying every moment, guilty for missing your old life, guilty for being tired, guilty for wanting 5 minutes to yourself, guilty for not being grateful enough. I spent months torturing myself because I wasn't the glowing, fulfilled mother I thought I should be. I felt guilty for crying, for feeling overwhelmed, for sometimes looking at my baby and thinking, what have I done? Social media makes this worse. Every other mother looks like she has it figured out while you're still in pajamas at 3 p.m. eating cereal for the third meal in a row. You'll convince yourself that you're failing at the most important job of your life. But here's the truth about guilt. It's not protecting your baby. It's not making you a better mother. It's just stealing your energy and your joy. The mothers who look perfect online are struggling too. They're just better at hiding it. The guilt is normal, but you can't let it consume you. Your baby doesn't need a perfect mother, they need a real one. Nothing can prepare you for the love you'll feel for your child. I thought I understood love before I became a mother. I was wrong about that too. This love is primal, fierce, and completely irrational. It rewrites your brain chemistry. It changes how you see the world, how you prioritize everything, how you define what matters. You'll look at your baby and feel like your heart might literally explode from the intensity of it. But this love is also terrifying because it makes you vulnerable in ways you've never experienced. You're suddenly responsible for protecting someone who is completely defenseless. The weight of that responsibility can be overwhelming. This love will make you brave when you need to advocate for your child. It will make you fierce when someone threatens their well being. It will make you patient when they're testing every limit you have. Now, let me give you the 5 rules that will determine whether you thrive or merely survive as a new mother. Rule 1: accept help, but only from people who actually help. Your mother in law who wants to hold the baby while you do all the work isn't helping. The friend who brings food and does your dishes without being asked, that's help. Rule 2: sleep whenever possible and ignore anyone who tells you to sleep when the baby sleeps, like it's revolutionary advice. They mean well, but they've forgotten what it's like. Rule 3: your baby doesn't need you to be perfect. They need you to be present, consistent, and loving. That's it. Everything else is optional. Rule 4: trust your instincts over everyone else's opinions. You know your baby better than anyone else ever will, including pediatricians, family members, and internet experts. Rule 5: it's okay to grieve your old life while loving your new one. These feelings can coexist. You're not a bad mother for missing parts of who you used to be. Here's what nobody tells you about the timeline. The first 3 months are pure survival. You're not bonding perfectly, you're not glowing, you're not figuring it out. You're just trying to keep everyone alive, including yourself. Months 4 through 6, you start to see glimpses of your new self. You'll have moments where you think, I might actually know what I'm doing. Don't get too confident. Your baby will immediately do something that proves you know nothing. Around month 9, something clicks. Not everything, but something. You realize you've been operating in survival mode for so long that normal feels foreign. You start to trust yourself more. You stop asking for permission to make decisions about your own child. By the first birthday, yours and theirs, because you're both being reborn, you'll look back and realize you survived something that felt impossible. You'll see how strong you became, how much you grew, how completely you transformed. Here's what I wish someone had told me. It's okay to not love every minute of motherhood. It's okay to sometimes wonder what your life would have been like if you hadn't had kids. It's okay to feel frustrated, overwhelmed, and completely out of your depth. These feelings don't make you a bad mother, they make you human. The pressure to be grateful and glowing all the time is toxic and unrealistic. Some days you'll feel like you're nailing it. Other days you'll feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Both are normal, both are part of the journey. But here's what makes it all worth it. You're about to develop the most powerful superpower in the world. You're going to become someone who can handle anything life throws at you because you've handled the hardest thing, keeping another human being alive and helping them thrive. You'll make decisions faster, trust yourself more, and worry less about what other people think. You'll have no tolerance for drama, manipulation, or people who waste your time. Your standards for everything will become higher because your time and energy are precious. You'll discover that you can love someone more than your own life and still maintain your sense of self. You'll learn that strength isn't about never breaking down, it's about getting back up every time you do. But I need to warn you about something. People are going to try to minimize your experience. They'll tell you to enjoy every moment when you're running on 2 hours of sleep. They'll ask when you're going back to normal, as if growing a human and bringing them into the world is something you should just bounce back from. Don't let them diminish what you're going through. This is the hardest thing you'll ever do, and it's also the most important. You're not being dramatic, you're not being weak. You're going through one of the most profound transformations a human can experience. Your life will never be the same. And once you get through the initial shock and adjustment, once you find your footing in this new reality, you'll realize that's exactly how it should be. The woman you're becoming is stronger, wiser, more intuitive, and more powerful than the woman you were before. She had to die for this new version to be born. Your life will never be the same, and that's not a loss. That's evolution. Trust the process, trust yourself. And remember, you were chosen for this child, and this child was chosen for you. You're going to be exactly the mother they need, even when it doesn't feel like it. Your life will never be the same. Thank God for that.